Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2, and it doesn't really matter where your loyalties lie in this because ultimately I don't think anyone can deny that this Premier League season has been immense and we've just been served up an absolutely fantastic game. A game of two halves, a game of two teams certainly, and a game of 2 goals each. 2-2 between Liverpool and Arsenal. And look, the title race and what that means for the title race is absolutely huge. Arsenal lead by 6 points, but Man City have a game in hand. And of course, there is a game at the Etihad. So basically, Man City win their game in hand, beat Arsenal at the Etihad. They've already got the better goal difference, and Arsenal would be facing second place. Are Man City favourites for the title now? I think they sort of are. And it's ridiculous that that happens because Arsenal draw at Anfield, and that's conceded. That feels like a loss because that's the intensity that Man City bring in a title race. Liverpool will know this. You know, you draw in a title race with Man City at the end, and they'll win. That's what they'll do. Incredible game. I think look, Arsenal have been remarkable this season, and now is not the time to start saying Arteta's making mistakes because it's unbelievable. The contrast of these two teams. This time last year, it was Liverpool in a title race and Arsenal losing 4th place to Spurs. A year later, it's Liverpool in crisis and it's Arsenal in a title race with Man City. The flip around and the progress that Arsenal made has been amazing. And for half an hour, the first half an hour of this game, they're 2-0 up. They're looking like they're doing exactly what I'd said they'd do all week. I thought they were going to go to Anfield, dominate dominate Liverpool and win the game. And for half an hour, it was easy work. But 2-0 is a dangerous game at scoring football. And Anfield's a dangerous place to antagonise Liverpool and that crowd. And unfortunately, I think that's what Arsenal did. You look at some of the things that happened. I don't know whether it was 2-0 at the time, but the Xhaka-Trent thing, there's just no need to poke the tiger when it's wounded. There's no need. And I think that's what happened. I think Liverpool are 2-0 down. The crowd's mumbling. Liverpool are all over the place. And I think Arsenal, credit to Liverpool, but Arsenal sort of fell into this trap of letting it turn into a physical battle. That gets the crowd going 2-1, and then you're in for a very uncomfortable second half. They've missed a penalty. Nunez has missed a one-on-one. There's been plenty of other chances. Ramsdale's probably Arsenal's man of the match. At the end of the day, it's 2-2. Arsenal could have lost that game. So at the end, they're probably quite happy to take a point. But there's got to be questions about how a 2-0 game turns into 2-2. That's football. That can happen. I think if you're being super critical, I was worried about Arsenal in the second half. Liverpool were up for it, and there didn't seem to be an out ball. It was just relentless. The warning was the penalty. They missed it. Salah would normally score that. And what was the next half an hour going to be? Where was the response going to be from Arsenal at 2-2? It looked like they'd ran out of ideas. It looked like Liverpool were the dominant side. And Arsenal just couldn't react. And then Arteta's reaction at 2-1, even having had all the warnings, was to take off Jesus and Odegaard and bring on Trossard and another defender. And straight away after that, Nunez had his one-on-one and then they equalised. So the defensive shift from Arteta seemed to confuse Arsenal, and they hadn't played all week. They hadn't played midweek. I don't really see that you needed to take your captain off and Jesus off. And I think it gave Liverpool momentum. I think it gave them more confidence. So I think he got his subs wrong, if I'm being honest. But, you know, it's very difficult to be critical of an Arsenal side that's gone and drawn at Anfield, which normally in any title race would be a good point. But because you're up against Man City, who are incredibly relentless in the running, it will feel like a loss. Liverpool, look, credit to Liverpool. They fought hard. They can do that at Anfield. But we saw the Jekyll and Hyde of Trent Alexander-Arnold, didn't we? Defensively, absolutely useless. How many goals has he cost Liverpool this season? Because it's a lot. But then at 2-1, he has a brilliant second half. Arsenal barely get in the Liverpool half. And that's when Trent and Robertson are good. When they are part of the attack and it's wave after wave like it was last year, suddenly Trent Alexander-Arnold looks good again. Brilliant. World class. Skips it through Zinchenko's legs. Puts the cross in. Firmino equalises. Trent Alexander-Arnold's second half looks like the world class attacking right back he is. Defensively, he's a bloody nightmare. And even in the second half, he was getting caught out of position all the time. So, look, maybe that's indicative of Liverpool's season. That they're capable of great things occasionally, but they're let down by their defence. And the sooner Liverpool get to the summer, the better. Because there's still glimpses of a good side, but they can't build that off a defence. And I thought Konate was brilliant for Liverpool today, by the way. He deserves a massive shout out because You know, Van Dijk and Trent get called out defensively, but I thought Konate was brilliant for Liverpool today. Yeah, just a fantastic game, a fantastic advert for the Premier League. I want Arsenal to win the league because I don't want City to win it, but I think Arsenal fans will just be very disappointed tonight. They can't be disappointed with the result. It was the right result. If anyone was going to win it, it was going to be Liverpool. Having said that, what's Martinelli doing at the end? Look, Saka's there. He's going to be one-on-one. I could play that pass. You could play that pass. And he overhits it. And you're just like, how? How have you done that? If Saka's one-on-one with Alisson, he doesn't necessarily score. But he should have been having a one-on-one. And that could have been a big moment. But to be honest, look at all the opportunities that Liverpool had. They probably were the more likely team to win it and the more deserving team to win it. So I think Arsenal have just got to take the point, dust themselves down. That Etihad game is massive. They've got to find a way at the Etihad of not getting beat. The problem is, even 2-0 up at Anfield, they've still not won the game. So Arteta is still learning in this job. I think it's very, very clear. That's why it's incredible what he's doing. They cannot go to the Etihad and play there like they did in the last hour at Anfield. You can't just sit back against these teams. They'll get penalties. They'll get chances. Arteta, the mistake today was that Arsenal just couldn't find a way to be, you know, on the ball or progressive in the second half. It was wave after wave after wave. And if they're going to do that at the Etihad, they're going to lose. And if they lose at the Etihad, they're probably going to lose the title because Man City are probably going to win every single game. I don't see where Man City are dropping points in the Premier League anymore. So Arsenal have got to go to the Etihad and not get beat, and that's going to be very, very difficult. We're not that far away from it. We'll see what happens. But what a game! Absolutely incredible, and it just shows you how hard it is to win a Premier League title when you're up against somebody like Man City. It's not over for Arsenal. They just got to dust themselves down and go again. You know, you're going to get games like that. They've not been in this situation before. They haven't got the depth of experience and talent that Man City have got. And I think the way Liverpool played today, you know, there would have been a tough opposition for everybody. But you just can't take your eye off this Premier League. It's been absolutely incredible. And I think that, you know, what an advert for the game. What a game to watch. A game of two halves, yeah. But Liverpool need to get to the summer and rebuild. Arsenal have got to take this opportunity because next year maybe Liverpool do come again. Man City are always going to be there. What happens with Chelsea? Maybe Man United come again. This is Arsenal's time. They just need to readdress and they've got to have a plan for the Etihad, and it's got to be not sitting back because I really do think that Arsenal are where they are because they're a mix of defence and attack. And I think today they just had to defend too much and ultimately Liverpool broke them down at the end. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. I'll speak to you on the next one.